Okay, so this is being live streamed right now on our YouTube channel. So if you would like to watch this after this course, let's say you get disconnected, or you have something to do later on. Oh, sorry. Then you can go back to my YouTube channel. I will post the link in the chat rooms in our chat room in a few minutes. And then you can watch the recording there. So there's no need for anyone to record this webinar because it will be available on our YouTube channel after a few minutes when this webinar ends. Okay, so again, thank you so much everyone for being here. Just like what happened on our webinar a few weeks ago, the webinar is going to be in English because I believe we do have some attendees who are not from the Philippines and can only understand English. So this is going to be in pure English. I will try to be as clear as I can. While I talk in English, okay? Hold on. Okay, so let us begin. Hold on. Sorry. I'm just preparing I'm not sure if Tracy is here. Tracy, are you here? Where is my chat room? Let's see. Nope, Tracy's not here. Okay, so let me just get the links, the important links for you guys. Hold on, sorry. Okay. Okay, so I'm posting all the links or the important links here in our chat box. There you go. And also for our YouTube guests. So I don't have any assistants today. Let me just see where is the chat box. Oh, I think I don't have a chat box on YouTube. But anyway, okay. Why don't I have a chat on YouTube? One moment. Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's begin. Hi everyone, good afternoon. Again, thank you so much. Sorry for the delay. Everything is messed up with all my tools today for some reason, probably because of the storm. So this is day 2 of the 5-part series that we have in terms of learning how to become a successful freelancer, especially if you don't have any experience in freelancing or if this is the first time that you found interest in being a freelancer. So this webinar is very important for you, definitely. Okay, so let's begin. So this as the second webinar second episode in our series. Today we will learn the skills you need as an executive virtual assistant or as a general VA or as a freelancer in general. So this is going to be, sorry, let me go back. This is going to be probably an hour and a half, and then we'll have at least 30 minutes for the rest of the webinar to answer all of your questions. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Mia or MJ or Mia Juan. So I have been a full-time virtual assistant for more than 2 years now. I started in May of 2021. I applied in Athena as a virtual assistant, and I have been with my client in Athena for 2 years as well. I have just recently gotten promoted in Athena, so I am now a CSOM or a client services operations manager. I am still with my client right now because we are still undergoing the transition. But I am currently looking already for a replacement. Who will be the executive partner or the executive assistant of my current client in Athena. So there definitely is growth in being an executive or in being a freelancer or an executive virtual assistant, especially if you decide to apply in an agency or a remote work company such as Athena. Prior to being a freelancer or a virtual assistant, I didn't have any experience in remote work or the remote work industry. I did have experience in BPO, call center, in the corporate world. I also had experience in having my own business as a wedding and events planner. But prior to being a freelancer, I don't have any clue. So I just did my research online. During that time in 2021, there were just very, very few Filipino content creators who were sharing their success stories in freelancing or remote work. So take advantage of the industry right now because there are a lot of people like me who are sharing their success stories so that you can also succeed in remote work or in being a freelancer. Currently, my client in Athena is a CEO of a startup company and their own multinational company. So when you decide to become a virtual assistant or a freelancer, most of the clients who are open into hiring virtual assistants will definitely be coming from the US. Most of them will be coming from a startup company. And most of them will be in the Silicon Valley area. When we say Silicon Valley, this is where you will see offices of Google, Apple, Facebook, or Meta. So every big name in the what's this internet or the software industry, something like that, will definitely be in Silicon Valley, and they are very open to hiring virtual assistants and remote workers. On a personal note, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I have dogs. I am also a college undergraduate, so it's not gonna stop you being an undergraduate in college will definitely not stop you to be a successful virtual assistant. All you have to really do is learn, upskill, and just really be a hard worker. So yeah, like I mentioned, I don't have any freelancing experience prior to this. So let's move on. So before we dive into what the skills you need to have, let's first describe what is a virtual assistant or a virtual executive assistant. There's a big difference between the two, virtual assistant or general VA and executive virtual assistant. So we are going to tackle both of them today so that at least you know that you can start as a general VA, or depending on your experience, you can already start as an executive virtual assistant. So first, let's describe what is a virtual executive assistant. It's a person employed to assist a high-level manager or an executive director, a company owner, with any personal or administrative tasks. So take note that you will be doing both personal and administrative tasks if you decide to become a virtual executive assistant. If you want to go into the direction of a general VA, most of the tasks that you will do are administrative tasks. So virtual EAs or virtual executive assistants are mostly responsible for a lot of different tasks. We are really a jack and Jill of all trades. So if a client tells you to do something, if you don't know how to do it, you're going to learn how to do it and you're going to do it for your client. That's what virtual executive assistants do. But if you are a general VA, you can decide to be niche specific in terms of in terms of what expertise you would like to provide your what's this your executive. Now let's differentiate between a virtual executive assistant and a virtual or a general VA. So a virtual executive assistant does not have a specific niche. Like I mentioned, we are a jack and Jill of all trades. If your client tells you, I want you to be an accountant for today and do my taxes, you're going to do that. If she tells you in the next few weeks, I'm starting, I want to focus on my social media, can you do a little bit of social media? You're going to learn how to do a little bit or the basics of social media. So that's the big difference. So most virtual executive assistants ask for higher rates compared to general VAs. Okay. Another biggest difference between a general VA and an executive virtual assistant, general VAs tend to just follow what the clients tell them to do. Like, for example, your client gives you a list of things that you're going to do on a daily basis, then that's what you're going to deliver on a daily basis for your client. But executive virtual assistants are very different. EVAs actually look for things that they can do on behalf or look for things that they can delegate for themselves to help the clients. They don't wait for their clients to tell them, these are the list of the things you will do. They are the ones who actually tell the clients that, hey, these are the things that I'm doing based on your emails, based on the emails that you have received. These are the things that I'm going to do for you. EVAs also will tell their clients that, hey, this is your calendar for the next few weeks. You are going to do this. You're not going to do this. So you are actually in control of your clients' lives compared to a general VA wherein you just focus on what the client tells you to do. So that's the big difference. Now that you know the difference between a general VA and an executive virtual assistant, we can now proceed to learning what the skills you need as a virtual executive assistant or a general VA. So whether you decide to be a GVA or an EVA, these skills will definitely help you succeed. Okay. A few weeks ago, during the first episode of our series, so I taught you how to become a freelancer. If you were there, that's great. Thank you for being here or attending this second episode. So there I taught you what equipments you need to have, what to expect as a freelancer, how to fix your mindset in terms of transitioning from corporate to being a freelancer. If you want to watch that episode and you haven't seen that yet, it's still in my YouTube channel. Just go to my YouTube channel. The link is in the chat room, and then check out the live tab of my channel, and there you will see the first episode of our series. So now let's proceed to our skills. There are different skills that you need to learn, but the first one that you definitely, or the first two, so the first two that I'm going to talk about is the most important skills that you need to have. First up is inbox management. So when we say inbox management, this is your client giving you access to their email or their inbox. There are different things that you are going to do in your client's inbox. The first one that they would definitely tell you is to clean their inbox. When we say clean, they might have a lot of unread messages. Like some clients, with my client, I started with like 4,000 to 5,000 unread emails, but most of them comes from subscriptions or newsletters. So you can easily just archive all of them. So you would need to know how to use the tools in Gmail or Outlook. So the different email tools that you need to learn. Number one is Gmail or Google Mail. Number two is Microsoft Outlook. And number three is Superhuman. Now, please take note, Superhuman is rarely used, but it's good to know the basics of Superhuman. I don't think you will be able to use Superhuman for free, but if you want to learn, just to find out what Superhuman is, you can definitely watch videos on YouTube. It's a paid app, but it's very, very powerful. That's why it's called Superhuman. And it's an email tool. Next up is your Microsoft Outlook. It's rarely used also, but a lot of big companies are still using them. So you can familiarize yourself. It's very similar to Gmail or Google Mail, but it's good to know how to work around the environment. And of course, first is the most common one, which is Gmail or Google Mail. There are a lot of tutorials on how to use the features. I do have my own tutorial, I believe, but it's within my paid online course. So yeah, those are the things that you need to learn in terms of inbox management. Next up is doing a daily inbox sweep. When we say inbox sweep, it's when you go through your client's inbox, you identify which emails needs your client's attention, which emails you can archive, which emails you can move to different folders. Now, when you're doing an inbox sweep, your target on a daily basis is reaching inbox zero. Now, when it comes to inbox zero, it doesn't mean that everything should be unread. Okay. Inbox zero means that the only thing that your client sees once they log into their email are the messages that needs their attention. Okay, so you can either group them in labels such as urgent, needs your reply, or anything that they would need to read through or something like that. So you can group them into that. I'm gonna dive more into or I dive more into the details of how we do inbox zero and inbox sweep on our on our paid course. Next thing that you need to learn is to create email drafts for your client. So this is something that's already a bit advanced, but your client might ask you to do this. So when we say email drafts, you are going to act or pretend like you are your client, and you will create replies or emails that your client will send out once they're done reviewing them. That's why it says email drafts, because you will write the email, but you will only leave it on drafts and your client will be the one to send it. When you have a better relationship or you've built enough trust with your client, then the next thing that you're going to do is replying on their behalf. So this is the time when you will already start pretending to be your client and you will actually send those emails as if you are your client. When you have access to your client's email or your inbox, never take it for granted, because it's a great source, like I mentioned, of a task repository. When we say task repository, you can find a lot of things that you can do for your client just by looking or skimming through their inbox. You can delegate a lot of tasks for yourselves. Take advantage of that, because that's when your client realizes that they need you. And once they realize that they need you, they will let you stay year in, year out. So make sure that you take advantage if your client gives you access to their inbox. If not, you have to build that trust in the next few months so that you can inform your client that, hey, you trust me enough, I can already handle your inbox. So there you go. That's for inbox management. Now, the most important thing that you need to learn first for inbox management is the different features or email features. I'll discuss that in the next few slides. The next skill that you need to learn in being a general VA is calendar management. Now, take note, inbox and calendar management is the most important or should be on the top of your list. Okay. We don't use any other calendar except for Google Calendar. I haven't heard any of my friends or colleagues use any other app instead for Google Calendar. That's because Google Calendar is really powerful, and the integrations on different apps or different softwares usually work. And you can easily sync it to your phone or to any of your other devices. That's why Google Calendar is the #1 calendar tool out there. Some would use, if they're using Microsoft Outlook as their email, then they might use the calendar within Microsoft Outlook, but that rarely happens. It's usually really your Google Calendar. What's important to learn in Google Calendar is how to create meeting events or events for your client. Events such as flight details, restaurant reservations, meetings, doctor's appointments. So you have to learn how to use the important features of your Google Calendar. Another thing that you need to learn is how to use Calendly with integration in Google Calendar. Calendly is a what is meeting. I keep on forgetting that term, but it's a software that you integrate with your Google Calendar so that your client can send links to colleagues or business partners that they would like to have a meeting with, and then they can choose their slot in Calendly, and it will automatically be updated in your client's Google Calendar. So make sure that you know how to use those features and softwares. The next thing that you need to also learn how to do in your client's calendar is to review and optimize that calendar. When we say optimize, it's actually a bit advanced already, but it's good to know. Is when you get onboarded with your client and you have your client's calendar, and you're going to review your client's calendar, and you're going to identify let's say, for example, their meetings are scattered all over the week. So you can inform your client that, hey, we can group your meetings, let's say, during Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays only in the morning. And then the rest of the day you can do for something else. So you will have control of your client's calendar. So that's how you optimize it. You will tell your client that what's the best for your client. So make sure that you learn how to do that. Like I mentioned, it's quite advanced. You can watch other people's doing other general VAs doing it or showing tutorials on how to do it on YouTube. But you'll get used to it as you go along through your career as a freelancer or remote worker or a general VA. The next important thing in Google Calendar is always, always check your time zones. Why? Remember, if you have clients in the US consists of 4 major time zones, but a total of 6 time zones all in all. Okay, so there are a lot of clients who would have meetings with people in an Eastern time zone when your client is at the Pacific time zone. So you have to make sure that your time zones are correct. Because if you make a mistake on a time zone for a meeting, your client might lose business or your client might lose an investor. So checking time zones is very important. Another thing that's important with time zones are flights. Most of our clients will travel for meetings, business travel, whether business or personal travel. They definitely love to travel or would do a lot of travel. So make sure that you know how to use the time zones when inputting your client's flights. Okay, especially if they're crossing different time zones. So when your client flies from California to New York, they're crossing 3 different time zones. So you have to make sure that the flight details are correct in your client's Google Calendar. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, that's for Google Calendar. Now, before I move to the next skill, remember, since we are teaching this as for you as beginners or somebody who is just interested in transitioning to being a freelancer or a remote worker, in inbox management and calendar management, the most important things that you need to learn first are the features of Gmail and Google Calendar. You can check out my YouTube channel for the Google Calendar features. I also have discussed a little, I think I have a few videos of the different features of Gmail, so you can check that out. I will upload more in the next coming weeks in terms of the features of these tools. Next thing that you need to learn or skill that you need to have is travel management. This is because a lot of our clients will definitely like to travel or really does travel a lot because of business and personal as well. Excuse me. Travel is the highest form of luxury, and most of our clients are very, 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 very rich people. So their hobby or their pastime is really to travel. And the next up is, since these are like big names or most of them are high up in the corporate ladder, most of them will do a lot of business, let's say in Europe, in Asia, or any parts of the US. In the US as well, travel by plane is like traveling by bus to us here. Sometimes it's in the US when I do travel management with my client, it's cheaper to fly than to drive from one location to the next. So it is traveling by plane is more common for this for what's this executives than driving or riding the bus or getting an Uber. So you have to familiarize yourself with travel management. What's this? What are the things that you need to learn in travel management? Of course, number one is to search and book flights, hotels, restaurants, car rentals, and of course, activities for your client. So when you're booking flights, if you go to our... Oh, Tracy is here. Hello, Trace. Wait lang. Let me... Sorry. Co-host. There you go. Okay. So, for travel management, you can go to our free learning center, which is NAS.io. If you had a link, if you are here in our Zoom channel right now, you will have access already to our free learning center. So you can check out the playlists or the content there wherein it says travel management. I have all the links for all travel related tools in our NAS Academy free learning center. Okay. And then for travel management as well, you need to learn how to create a final and detailed itinerary. I usually use Notion for my clients since it's their preferred tool, but you can easily do an itinerary via Google Sheets, and you can share it with your client. You can also use Klarna Trips. Hold on, let me just pull up the link to that. One moment. Klarna Trips. Okay, so this is... Here we go again. Sorry. It used to be inspirock.com, but it is now Klarna Trips. See, it's so hard to find their website already. Planning a trip. But this website is very important. Hold on. Ever since they changed into... Is this it? Hi, Tracy. Thank you so much. So, see, Tracy is faster than me. I keep on forgetting this website. So, yeah, Tracy shared it on our chat. So, Klarna Trips. Let me share my screen. Hold on. This is very, very useful in terms of inbox management. Oh, sorry, in terms of travel management. Okay. So you can see here Klarna trips. So it's trips.klarna.com. All you have to do is enter the destination of your client. So let's say your client is going to Madrid, Spain. Okay, and then they're going there on, let's say, December, like that. 2 adults. You can either choose what type. If you're already familiar with what your client wants to do, then you can choose this. If not, you can just put popular and then medium as a what's this? As a starting point. And then see your trip. And then just go to day by day timeline. And it will already give you all the things that your client can do based on the preferences that you included. Like it's a balance between popular and what's this, medium type of activities. So it will already show you everything that your client, and it will even give you some suggestions into hotels that they can stay at. It will even show you how to get there from one point to the next. See, it's very, very detailed. And the nice thing with this also, if you export this or you share this trip, sorry, here, if you click on print trip, I'm not sure if you're gonna see it on your end. Yeah, okay. It will even give you like the timeline wherein you can print it via PDF, and it will have a link, and then it will also give you, it gives you map locations and calendar entries. Where is that? Here. So you can use this as guide on how to put it in your client's calendar. Okay. And then you also have a checklist. If you have to purchase tickets, if you have to book hotels, and then you also have a list of, just a checklist of what you need to do. So this is my favorite tool when doing or planning travels for my client. So learn how to use this because this is going to be very helpful for you as a general VA. Okay. Where is our there? Okay, perfect. So now that you know inbox, Gmail, travel management, the next thing that you need to learn or skill that you need to learn is events management. Now, this is very rare. It's very rare that your client will ask you to like manage an event for them. Number one, because it's very hard to manage an event virtually. You'd really need to hire like an on the day planner or coordinator to be there, especially if it's a big event. But we can definitely still plan an event for our client. I did plan an event for my client's baby shower, and it was very successful. The bulk of the work that we're doing when it comes to event management is looking for suppliers, looking or vendors. They usually call it vendors. So the website that you need to go to look for vendors is yelp.com. Actually, everything is here already. Let me show you again. Here. So if you go to yelp.com, and hold on, let me see if you can see it. Okay. So if you go to yelp.com, all you have to do is, for example, you're looking for a cake supplier in San Francisco. So they'll show you everyone who you can buy cake from. Okay? You can be more specific, like birthday cakes, wedding cakes, or something like that. You can also look for caterers. So everything is here. Okay. this is just not for vendors for events, but this is for everything under the sun. If you're looking for an electrician, a gardener, if you're looking um, for anyone, you're looking for a doctor, for a masseuse, any business that is registered in the US is definitely on Yelp. Okay. So remember, here in the Philippines, when we're looking for a business, we usually go to Facebook pages or we look for their Instagram and Facebook page. In the US, everyone looks for them in Yelp. So this is very important. And then you can also like save them, or you can create a what's this? A saved list, like here. You can just put save, and then you can create collections. Like you can group them into florists, electricians, so that you can go back to it from time to time if your client needs, let's say, pool guy or a gardener, etc. So that's for looking for vendors in the events. If you want to be an event, or if you're going to do an event planning for your client. Now, I just added this on the list, but it's not common. It's not a common skill or task that we do for our clients. Okay, but it's important and it's good to know. Next thing is household management. So in connection with event management, for household management, I also use Yelp a lot. Okay. So when we say household management, this is when you book for service providers such as doctors, fitness instructors, and electricians. And then this is when you also pay the bills for your client. You also do a lot of online shopping and grocery. Another thing that you do for household management is to remind them about birthdays and celebrations. For birthdays, sometimes you need to purchase gifts for on behalf of your client, so you should know how to do online shopping. Clients love to do online shopping on Amazon because there's a lot of gift registry. I just found out that Amazon is a very, very powerful e-commerce platform. There is a lot to do there. It's integrated in different which is different websites, different stores. So it's good to know, or it's very important to you familiarize yourself how to look for items on Amazon. When your client does grocery as well, they buy it via Amazon Fresh. So it's very important again to familiarize yourself with that. My client rarely goes out already to do groceries. We only do groceries via Amazon Fresh. I'm not sure if I can show it to you. Let me see. I might be logged into my client's Amazon account. So let's just make sure that I'm not. Hold on before I show it. Why? Hold on. Okay, no, this is my account. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. Um, okay. So here you can see you have the pharmacy. You have the different what's this? Different categories on top. You can also click here and see all the different categories that you can check out. Amazon Pharmacy is another thing that is a very, very important, especially for your clients. What's this? Prescriptions. They can purchase everything here. Their clinics, actually the clinics themselves. If your client goes to a doctor and then your client needs a prescription to purchase a drug or a medicine, your client can usually request for the clinic to direct it to their Amazon Pharmacy. And then the client will just give the doctor the email link to their Amazon account. And once the clinic already prescribes the prescription, then it will be available in your client's Amazon Pharmacy, and they can check it out and have it delivered to their house. So that's how powerful Amazon is. Okay. Now going back to Amazon Fresh. I don't know why it's not here. But I am in US account. Hold on. Amazon Fresh. Oh, there. Okay. So you just go or just search for Amazon Fresh, and this is already the grocery. Just input where it will be delivered. Either it's delivery, they can either pick it up, or if they want to go directly to a store, they can check out which stores in their area, or if they have Amazon Fresh stores, actual stores in their area. So you can already purchase all of your groceries here, and you can either pick it up or have it delivered to your house. Delivery on Amazon Fresh, it's usually they can have it delivered to you on the same day or delivered to your house the next day. Okay? So you can purchase everything here. So this is how I do groceries for my clients all the time, via Amazon Fresh. So nobody really goes out of their house anymore. Everything is done online. And again, good, you have to familiarize yourself with Amazon for household management for your client, because everything is here. What else? Yep, so that's for household. Let's go back. Okay. So that's for household management. Oh, sorry, I forgot. One more thing for household. Hold on. Is where is that? Where are you? Okay. So this one for what is this it? Okay. Another important website that you need to familiarize yourself with is TaskRabbit. So it's taskrabbit.com. If remember, I told you can find service providers via Yelp. Now, some tasks that your client will need might be very small. Like, for example, they would need help to move furniture around, or they would need help to pick up a package and have it delivered. The nice thing here in the Philippines is we do have Grab Express to do that. They don't have that in the US, or they don't have Grab Express or anything similar that they can have an item picked up from their house and delivered to another location. So if they would need something like that, then TaskRabbit is something that you can use. So for example, you need someone to move things around, but this is moving and packing. So you just have to put your address, the end address, like from one end to the next, what the task options are and the details. And then it will already give you a list of people that you can hire. I don't have any sample addresses here, but basically it will give you a list of people that you can hire to hire in terms of doing errands, running errands, and all of those things. Their prices will be there. It's an hourly rate. Some of them have minimum hours required, but everything will be detailed here. The nice thing with this also is actually TaskRabbit is another what's this? Is another job platform that you guys can use. But you need to have a US address. So if you know someone from the US, you can sign up for this as a tasker. Say, yeah, there you become a tasker, and then you can just offer like any virtual work like data entry and all of those things. So this is another way to look for a job. So it's a job work platform. For any virtual work. Yeah, see here. So these are the featured taskers. They have different types of tasks that they can do that you can hire them for. You have reviews, etc. So yeah, this is where you can look for people that can help you. I use this a lot if like for errands. If my client needs to have like what's an example? My client purchased a gym equipment, but since my client doesn't have time to pick it up, we hired a tasker to pick up the gym equipment and deliver it to his house. So that's one example. Another example is we need to line up to get a schedule for visa appointment. So again, since my client is busy, I hired a tasker I gave an authorization letter to the tasker, and the tasker was the one who lined up to get a visa appointment on behalf of my client. So those are the things. You can even hire a tasker to purchase a concert ticket for you, something like that. So TaskRabbit is a it's a very nice tool to learn, especially when it comes to household management. Hey, going back. Okay, so we're done with household management. So those are the skills that you need to learn. Next up is meeting management. Now this is very important, and it's a very simple skill to learn. Because basically for meeting management, all you have to do is to create minutes of the meeting, and you have to create calendar, an event to invite people to that meeting. Now, in terms of minutes of the meeting, anyway, in terms of minutes of the meeting, there are a lot of different tools that you can already integrate within Zoom or Google Meet. Like for example, you have Otter.ai, that's OTTER. I'm not sure if Tracy can share it on her end. I can't see my chat rooms anymore. Hold on. Where is my Zoom chat room? What? Ayun. Okay, hold on. There, chat. Okay. There you go. So Tracy did share it. It's Otter.ai. You can integrate it within Zoom, and Otter can actually already transcribe the meetings for you. For Google Meet, what I do is when the client allows for Google Meet to be recorded, so we record Google Meet, and Google Meet already has a feature to transcribe the meeting for you while it's being recorded. And then you can use ChatGPT to summarize the meeting transcriptions into meeting notes. So don't be scared to use AI tools, especially when it comes to meeting management or anything that you have to do as a general VA. ChatGPT is my favorite tool. I use it to create email, create newsletters, create copyrights. I use it to create minutes of the meeting. Else I use it. Yeah, I use basically anything that has to do with writing. I use ChatGPT. Okay. So you have to learn how to use ChatGPT as well. The only thing that you need, or the most important thing that you need to learn in terms of ChatGPT or AI, is how the correct commands, or the correct, what's the term? Correct. What's the term, Tracy? Do you remember? Correct prompts. There you go. Correct prompts to be able to generate the right output from ChatGPT. Okay, so yeah, basically that's how you do meeting management. It's just, minutes of the meeting. And of course, you learn how to use Calendly, because most of the meeting request schedules, or yeah, the schedules for meetings will be coming in from Calendly. You have to, I'll show you Calendly since we're already here. Hold on. Calendly. .com. Okay, hold on. I'm just trying to double check if this is my account. One moment. Because we might open my client's account. Hold on. Allow. Okay, so let me just show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is how Calendly looks like. So you can integrate your Google Calendar, and then you can create meeting slots here. Like for example, here, let's say one-on-one mentorship. If you look at the view booking page, this is how it's gonna look like to your clients. What's this? To anyone who your client wants to meet with. So you will just give them the link, and then they can just choose whatever open dates are available, and then it will automatically be updated in your client's Google Calendar, especially if it's integrated in your client's Google Calendar. So you should just know how to use this and input meeting slots in your client's calendar. So like that. See, there are open meeting slots here. So for example, you want to add other meeting slots, blah, 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 like that. And then apply, save and close. Yeah. You just have to play around. You can create your own account, play around with it, integrate it to your own Google Calendar. And then once you're familiarized, you can definitely say after that that you know how to use Calendly. So that's how you gain experience as a virtual assistant, especially if you still don't have any clients yet. That's the nice thing about being a general VA or an executive assistant, because you actually don't need to have a client to gain experience. That's what I am. That's actually my advocacy in terms of, whenever some people ask me, I don't have an experience, can I be a general VA? Yes, definitely you can be a general VA. You can gain experience even if you don't have a client by just familiarizing yourself with the tools. You can have a friend pretend to be your client and have different scenarios. I do have what's this? A workbook that I will make available for everyone here as well. All you have to do is just sign up to what's this? Oh no, I can email it to you. So if you signed up through the event, the event page on our NAS Academy. Right after this, I will send you the link to the workbook. So you will use that workbook to be able to gain experience and see what are the different types of tasks or scenarios that a client will ask of you. Okay. So next up is, let's see, where are we? Okay. Next thing that you need to learn is basic social media management. Now, when I say basic social media management, you don't actually have to be a social media manager. Now, like Tracy here, Tracy is my amazing social media manager. She does everything social media. She does have her own agency. She has different clients, and she focuses on social media management. Okay, if you are a general VA, you don't need to be like Tracy. You just need to be like, you just need to learn the basics of social media management, like how to create a content calendar, how to create basic videos and graphics via Canva, and you have to study how to read analytics. Okay, you can create a simple report, but you don't have to deep dive into like what the analytics is, what how does it affects your client business. So as a GBA, you just have to learn how to understand social media management, and of course understand the analytics, or how to read analytics, especially in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube, or whatever social media platform your client uses. Next thing is to create a content calendar. I just use Google Sheets for content calendar. And then for videos and graphics, I just use Canva. So I do basic social media for my clients' LinkedIn page. I do create content calendars, and I make use of ChatGPT to give me content ideas. So I asked ChatGPT, can you give me, my client's business is this, blah, blah, blah. This is this is what they're selling. This is what they're doing. Can you create a list of 50 or 100 content ideas that I can post on Instagram? And then ChatGPT will generate everything. And then you can start creating your content calendar already through there. And then you can start creating graphics via Canva, and then just show a report of how, engagement for each post after. So that's the only thing that we need to learn in terms of being a general VA in social media management. If your client says that, hey, I want to focus on social media to increase my sales, and to increase engagement so that I can bring in more sales, or I want my Instagram to gain more followers for the next X number of months. Now, that's when you tell your client that, okay, we need to hire a social media manager for that. Okay. Because that's not your expertise or that's not your niche. Unless you want to be a social media manager, then learn it for your client and all of those things. But you can't be a social media manager and a general VA or an executive virtual assistant at the same time. Okay. It's not possible because it's very hard. Being a social media manager takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication. So you need to be able to focus on one thing only. If your client's direction in their business is gain more sales through social media and they don't want to hire a social media manager, they just want you to do it, then tell your client, for the next 6 months, you don't tell me to do anything else except social media management if this is your target. Okay. It's hard. I tried it and I gave up. I told my client I can't do it. I can't be your general VA and social media manager at the same time. It's not possible. So it's either they hire another general VA and you can focus on social media, or they hire a social media manager and you can just focus on being on being their general VA. Okay. The next up is something that I just added. It's two more skills that you need to learn. I just wasn't able to edit what's written here because again I've been having issues with Canva for the past few weeks. So just don't mind the one that's written here wherein it says search, book flights, etc. So it's not that. So research management is another thing that you need to learn how to do. Like for example, right now I'm doing a lot of heavy research in terms of looking for the best health insurance for my clients' household health. So you need to familiarize yourself on how to do or how to do good research. What I realized that's very helpful for me in terms of finding out the correct websites, and not fall victim into was this false websites. I use Twitter a lot, and I look for, especially if it's like it's a government or if it's a business website, I look for the verified Twitter badge to find out if it's the correct website for a particular business or government office. So I use Twitter. I just recently, or just a few months back, found out that it's the best way to find out if the website is legit or not, especially for government offices. That's what's very important. But with the US, if the website ends with .gov or .gov, then it's definitely a legit government website. If a website ends with .com, then it's just probably a blog of some sort. Okay. So that's research management. And then another tool that you need, or sorry, another skill that you need to learn is data entry. So again, please don't read on this anymore because I was not able to edit that. So data entry, this is just you putting in data into, let's say, a data entry task that I do for my client is inputting, updating his people list. So anyone that he had a meeting with for the past week, I input that into what we call the people list. So I put in the name of the person, the email, when they met, how they met, where they met. So when they met is the date. It's going to be in my client's calendar. Where they met, it's either an actual location or online. How they met is, let's say, for example, they met through a common friend, or they met through an introduction from another colleague or business partner. So I just update that. Okay. For questions, I'll get to your questions later. What's this? So yeah, basically that's it. In terms of data entry. Okay, so I just have one question I want to answer here. She says that, can I skip not learning data entry to become a VEA? Yes, definitely. Data entry is very easy. Again, it's just entering data into whatever tool or your client needs. Sometimes it's just copy and paste. So yeah, you can definitely skip learning, because again, it's very easy to learn data entry. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so those are basically the skills, or the most important skills that you need to learn to become a successful virtual assistant. Okay. I just want to, before we end the whole webinar and go to your questions, I just want to go through quickly the competencies that you need to learn. That's because I feel that this is very important, and it goes hand in hand with your skills. So as a virtual assistant, or a general VA, a freelancer, or a remote worker in general, you can't just have the skills, or you can't just, say that, okay, I already know the skills, I already know the tools, go and hire me already. No, it needs to go hand in hand with the competencies that you need to have. I won't dive into this in detail. I'll just go through it in passing. But this is something that's good to know. The first one, of course, is you need to be detail oriented. You have to make sure that all of the output that you provide your client is correct and it's backed up by your research. Don't fall victim into fake news or false advertisements, or any was this wrong information out there. So make sure that whatever input, especially when it comes to research, you provide your client with the right information. So don't whenever you create an output for your client, especially if it's in connection with research, don't be in a rush. Always take your time. Even if there's a deadline, make sure that you give enough time for you to be able to provide the correct information for your client. Next up is to make sure that you're always resourceful. The internet is a very, very big place. There's a lot of things that you can get out of the internet, especially as remote workers. We rely heavily on the internet world, okay? But sometimes you have to think outside the box. When I say outside the box, for example, I'm having issues with looking for um one example, best example. I was trying to purchase a train ticket for my client in Spain, because they are going to Barcelona to Madrid, and we couldn't purchase it online through the train, the Spanish train system called Renfe. Even my client couldn't purchase it on his end as well. It wouldn't accept our credit card details. It just, we have tried all the different things already to be able to purchase it. We used VPN and all of those things. The good thing is, I do have relatives who live in Spain. So I asked my cousin who lives in Spain to purchase the tickets on our behalf. I did use, we did use my credit card information, because I don't want to give my client's credit card information to my cousin, just in case something happens to my client's calendar. To my client's credit card. So I used my credit card information. My cousin was able to buy all of the tickets that we need, and my client just paid me directly via PayPal. And he paid off my credit card purchase. So you have to think outside the box in that way. You have to be resourceful in that way. If there's something that's not really possible, you can reach out to different people and ask help. Okay, but you have to make sure that it's with integrity, that you do all of those you do that action with integrity at all times to make sure that you don't break your client's trust. I'm not saying to use your own credit card information, especially we don't, not all of us have credit cards. But I'm just giving you an example on how you can be resourceful and not rely just on what you see online. There are some tasks that you would really need to think outside the box of so that you can deliver the output for your client. Okay. Next competency that you need to have is you need to be assertive. Assertive in the way that you sometimes need to take a lead in some items or in some tasks on behalf of your client. Like sometimes your client thinks that this decision is correct, but you know in your heart that your decision is the right one. So you really have to make sure that you respectfully show your client or prove to your client that your your decision is the right one and not theirs. That's how you can be assertive in terms of providing output or making decisions on behalf of your clients. um Next up is, of course, you have to be dependable. When we say dependable, you have to always be in constant communication with your client. You can't just keep on ignoring your client. If your client gives you a message, make sure that you respond immediately. Give them a turnaround time on when you're going to be able to deliver a specific task and all of those things. So you have to make sure that your client can definitely depend on you at all times. Next or last one is you have to be proactive, meaning you don't let your client micromanage you and don't wait for your client to give you tasks. You have to be proactive in terms of already suggesting things that you can do for your client. Because sometimes our client is so busy with more important things that they don't think about you all the time. They usually hire general VAs or executive virtual assistants so that we can think for ourselves. Um, what's this? You have to make your client see that you can work on your own, and then you also need to make your client realize that there are things that you can do for them. Most clients will have a hard time delegating tasks to their GVAs or EVAs. So you have to show them that, hey, you know what? I can actually do this for you. You don't have to do it anymore. You can focus on other important things. So you have to make them realize that because sometimes they don't know it. So you have to be proactive in terms of delegating tasks for yourselves. So that's actually the end of our presentation or our webinar for today. I hope you learned a lot. We're going into our question and answer portion in a few minutes, but excuse me, sorry. um Before we go to our question and answer, I just want to invite everyone again for the third or day 3 of this webinar series, wherein I'm going to teach you the tools that you need as an EVA. Remember, we discussed the skills earlier, like Gmail or inbox management, calendar management. Now, next up, which is I don't know when. Tracy, can you tell me what date the next webinar is? I think it's next Sunday. But here we are going to learn the tools. I am going actually to teach you the features that you need to learn on Gmail, the features there, August 13. Yeah, so it's next week, I believe. That's because August next week is next weekend is my daughter's birthday. So we won't have the webinar then. I'm actually going to be out of town on the 13th, but of course I'm going to we'll continue with the webinar. So it's the tools that you need to learn. This is very important if you're not familiar with Gmail, with Google Calendar. You have to join that next webinar. So the tools that you need as an EVA. Next up after that, we have the last two in our series, which is how to create your profile and your assets. When we say assets, I'm going to teach you how to create your contract, how to create an invoice, an acknowledgement receipt. So I will teach you all of those things. And the last one is how to book your clients. I will teach you where to look, how to approach clients, what else? How to do an onboarding, how to do an offboarding. So yeah, this is a very nice. The last day of our webinar will be very important as well. If you haven't signed up for anyone who's on YouTube, again, YouTube people, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I don't have the chat capabilities on my YouTube. And yeah, we have 29 people watching. Tracy, can you confirm? Are you able to see the chat in our YouTube live? Because I don't see it. Oh, okay, perfect. So Tracy can actually see it. So I don't see it on my end, unfortunately. Um, okay, perfect. So there, Tracy is replying to every one of you on YouTube. Okay, so guys on YouTube, if you're watching, guys who are watching on YouTube, please sign up on our NAS Academy free learning center so that you can join the, or you can sign up for the following events. Also, if you want to receive the workbook so that you can learn more skills or gain skills on how to become a general VA or an EVA, please sign up to the events. Okay, because I will be sending the workbook to anyone who signed up to the event itself. Okay. Okay. Where am I? Okay, so again, before we go to our what's this? Our question and answer portion, I just also want to take this opportunity to promote our what's this online course. So if you want to enroll to the course, this is a paid online course. It's how to become an executive virtual assistant. It's a complete online course. It consists of 16 modules. You have American culture, inbox management, calendar, travel. I'm sure some of you already enrolled here. We have event management, household meeting, basic social media, tools, an intro to crypto, EVA characteristics, how to create your profile, where to find clients, how to book your clients, challenges of an executive assistant. And I think I changed already the module 16. This is already the workbook. You can actually download the workbook from here, from the course. This is other inclusions is, of course, you have lifetime access. Again, this is self-paced. It's a recording, video recordings. You have downloadable templates, but I have to re-record some of the videos because I just received emails from some of the students saying that some of the videos have low quality, so I have to re-record them. And then some of the templates are not there or are not working, so I have to double check all of them. And then again, it's all video tutorials. We do have free webinars also, monthly newsletters, and small group coaching. We just haven't had the chance to schedule the small group coaching because I have been busy for the past few months. But we will do this soon enough. So the course is currently at $1,499 or $30. Again, $30 for those who are outside of the Philippines. But we do have a sale for everyone who's watching right now on YouTube and on Zoom. So I'm selling it at $20 through PayPal or $999 through GCash. So all you have to do is just scan this code or enter 0EXP10 off if you're paying via PayPal. Some are having issues with the 010 off code. I'm going to fix that. Okay. And then one more thing. So again, this is self-paced. If you want to have like a hands-on, you don't want self-paced, you really want to be in a class and you want to be in a class with me. Wait, hold on. Where is that? Is this? One moment. Okay, if you want to be in a class with me, wherein I will teach you everything, it's going to be actually more detailed and it's more scenario based. compared to the online course, then you can enroll. I did partner with CodeGo. Um, you can enroll to the live course. It's an 8-day, Mondays to Saturday, 8-day boot camp, what we call. It's for 4,000 pesos. You can reserve your slot for as low as 2,000 pesos. Just go to the link. It's going to be shared by Tracy on our chat boxes. So the curriculum is similar to the curriculum in our self-paced online course, but the approach will be totally different. You will be taking home modules, PDF modules for each of the module here, and then most of them will be scenario based. When I say scenario based, the approach will be, after I teach you the module, we will have some exercises on the sample scenarios that a client might ask of you. So you will definitely be learning or gaining experience throughout the whole curriculum. So it's 8 days, Mondays to Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's 2 hours per day. So it's an 8-day boot camp. Registration is open up until August 25th, and the class will start on August 30th. So yeah, if you are interested and you want to really have a hands-on experience on how to become a general VA, then this is definitely perfect for you. Okay, and last one, I also would like to promote, of course, for Blogapalooza. If you can nominate me, if you like how I teach, if you feel like I really do give good information, please nominate me for the Orange Carpet Awards. All you have to do is Tracy will again give the link. Input your email name, and then all of this, it says art and culture. If you're not voting anyone here, you can just leave NA in this portion that has the red asterisk because it's a required portion. You can just put NA, and then you can scroll down up until you see education, and then you can put all of my links here. The links will also be available in the chat box. It will be sent out by Tracy. And then you can just hit submit once you're done. So yeah, it's just a small thing. If you want to vote me, thank you very much. If you don't want to vote me, that's fine also. But of course, I'll definitely appreciate if you do vote me for the orange red carpet for this year. So yeah, so that's it for my course, for my promotion. Now let's move on to your question and answer portion. Hold on, I can't see my chat. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, first up, where will the class be held? So if this is with regards to CodeGo, it's going to be via Zoom. The links will be available in the LMS that you will be using in CodeGo. Tracy, favor, the questions on YouTube, can you just copy and paste them here in our Zoom chat? Okay, if you guys want to ask, hold on, let me just give you a chance to unmute yourselves. Perfect. Okay, so if you want to ask questions, you can unmute yourselves and ask away. There's no one asking any questions on YouTube. And no one's asking also here on Zoom. Okay. What templates will be included in the course? Can you elaborate? Sure. So in our online course, let me just open that up so that you can see. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, I'll just open it here. Oh, same. Oh, you know what? Why is it not working? EVA Academy Thinkific. Why is it forbidden? Hold on. Oops. What? It's forbidden. Why? Okay, wait. Is it the same for everyone? Is it showing forbidden when you access the course? Okay, anyway. Oh, one more thing, guys. I already upgraded the course. Wait, I'll just stop sharing. I already updated our online course, the self-paced one. You can actually um install on your mobile phones, or but you can install the app. Why you entered wrong credentials? What? Sorry, I can't access my course. What's happening? Anyway, so the downloadable templates are Google Sheets or Google Doc templates that you can use for your own for your client. And what? Okay, anyway, I'm having issues with my logins. I'll just fix it later. Okay, so the sorry. Okay, anyway. So yeah, the onlines, the what's your question? Downloadable templates. Sorry. The downloadable templates are like Google Sheets, Google Doc templates, like for example, for travel management, and downloadable templates of how you can send your recommendation list of flights for your client. You can download using Google Sheets. It's going to be there. You can download it and use it for your own. Uh, is it very late here? Oh, good. Oh, good night. Okay. Thank you. Good night. I am new here, aspiring VA, and want to start but don't know how to do it. Kindly help. Just gumagana yung Thinkific. Why is it not working with me? Okay, anyway, there's probably an issue with my internet. But anyway, Robert, if you're still watching, you can join our free learning center. Check out my YouTube video. Everything is there to guide you on how to start your freelancing career. If we enroll on your online course, can we ask specific questions and tips about Athena assessment? No, you don't need to enroll in my online course to ask tips on Athena assessment. That's because it's already readily available in our NAS Academy free learning center. Okay. Let me show you. Okay, so all you have to do is go to content, and here you can see Athena application steps, and everything will already be here for your help. You don't need to enroll in my online course to ask help for Athena application. Will you include editable forms packets with each module to cover edit forms we might require or have need or use? If the downloadable templates, all you have to do is make a copy of that downloadable template and you can edit it as your own. Thank you everyone for who's voting. Is there a support group for online course enrollees? We do have a community within our Thinkific page and our NAS Academy, but we are more, or there is more support in our Facebook group. Our Facebook group is Executive Virtual Assistant Community. Here, EVAFB group. Tracy already shared that in our chat box. So what is the process in applying in Athena? The process in applying is, let's just show you here. So if you go to the link in my bio, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram, just scroll down and click on apply now here in Athena. It will direct you to the Fountain LMS. All you have to do is complete this form. Once you're done completing the form, there. Okay, so here, just start your application and then click on continue and then just follow the directions. You will first complete the application form. Once you pass that initial screening, you will proceed to the initial assessment. Once you're done with the initial assessment, I think it's a 32-item initial assessment. It's a scenario-based assessment. Once you're done with that, you're going to proceed and you pass that, you're going to proceed to inbox management. If you pass the initial assessment, you don't have to wait 24 to 48 hours. All you have to do is refresh this page. It will tell you if you passed or not. If you passed, you will move on to inbox management playbook. In inbox management playbook, not like before that you have to wait for an email to arrive to your inbox. Everything will already be here in Fountain or this LMS. You don't have to wait for an email to arrive to your inbox. The nice thing with this LMS also, the inbox management playbook is already a multiple choice assessment. So you don't have to write down the emails or compose an email. You don't have to do that anymore. But there is still a voice recording that you need to listen to be able to choose the correct answer in the multiple choice assessment. The recording is in the LMS was this feature. What's very important also is that sometimes this Fountain or LMS can be a little bit confusing in terms of the steps. So make sure that you read everything so that you will be able to click the correct link to the modules that you need to read before you can answer the inbox management assessment. Once you're done with the inbox management assessment, I think you would need, hold on, I have that here because they just recently changed the what's this, the process. Hold on. Or okay, so after the inbox management playbook, you will proceed with the English language assessment and then the final interview. Yep, that's it. Inbox management, then English language assessment, and then final interview. So that's the process. Next, business. Oh, okay, so people are asking. For someone with zero VA experience like me, which course would you recommend us to enroll? The 999 or the 8-day Zoom thing? You can start with the 999 first, especially if it's within your budget. But if you would like, if you're someone who prefers to have a live session with your instructor, then you can proceed with the 8-day boot camp. It's really up to your budget and the type of learning, the type of how you want to learn things. It really depends on you. But you know, the 999 is full of information as well. I took the playbook assessment this morning. It looks easy, but to be honest, it's a bit tricky. That's true. Actually, that's the challenge with inbox management. It's just a bit confusing and tricky. Is Athena only open for Filipinos? Yes, Athena is only open for Filipinos, but you can. I'm actually doing my research on the other agencies that are open to hiring non-Filipino EAs. Once I'm done doing my research, I'm going to post a YouTube video on that. If done na po making payment via GCash, where do I send the proof of transaction? Or should I just go to the EVA Academy link? Oh, there. So yeah, Tracy is giving you assistance. Good night, guys. hindi true, not qualified GY experience. Okay. Okay. How true is it that when you don't have graveyard experience, even if you have a 3-year work experience, you're not qualified in Athena? What's important is the 3-year work experience. If you don't have graveyard experience, I think that's fine. Because what's important is the 3-year work experience. When I took the first assessment, they sent me a message that I didn't pass, but after weeks, I received another message inviting me for the inbox assessment, which I didn't manage to take as I received the first message. And tada, they sent me another one. They give chances, I guess. I don't know what they did. In terms of that, I don't have like an insider information on what they did when they sent out messages and inviting people um to proceed with inbox management. But I think probably it's because they lowered down the rating for the assessment, the passing rate for the assessment. And when they lower it down, your passing score, or you suddenly passed for the first assessment, that's why they invited you for the inbox management. Is EBA job all your graveyard shift, or we can choose the shift? Most of the clients who are looking for general VAs are from the US. So most of them will definitely be hiring you for the graveyard shift. But if you are someone who's lucky enough to find, let's say, an Australian client, a Singaporean client, then you can definitely work in the morning shift. Yep, Athena is only open for Filipinos. So yeah, looks like no one else is asking any questions. So thank you so much. Sorry. How true is the speculation that if you reapplied in Athena, you will not be able to not be hired? This is based on the post I saw on the FB community page. That's 100% not true. If you reapplied and you did not get hired, it's because you did not pass the application process. There are a lot of people who are now in Athena who reapplied 5 times, 6 times, and after 6 tries, they were able to they were able to pass the whole application process, and they are now flourishing as an Athena XP. So if you reapplied 10 times, and you passed on your 10th time, that's good. But reapplication does not affect your application here in Athena. Is it true that we need to be always talking over the phone with the client? No. I rarely make calls, or for the past more than 6 months, I have not talked to my client. I have not talked to my client over the phone. We always talk via chat. Whenever I need to talk to my client, because there are some times that I want to talk to my client if I need a resolution on a specific task quickly. So I always ask my client if I can call him. What's gonna happen is my client will just call me whenever he has availability, and then I'll ask my questions on the go. There. So nope, you don't need to make calls. How long does it take to reapply in Athena? 60 days or 2 months from the time that you received the decline email. There. Okay. How difficult is the training? Because I heard that there is still a chance for you to fail in it. Yes, there is a chance for you to fail in training. Excuse me. There is a chance for you to fail in training, just like in any other company. Whether you get hired in a BPO or in a call center, you still have to undergo training. And if you fail training, you're not going to be able to proceed to your employment. And it's the same in Athena. If you don't pass in training, you're not going to proceed in your employment. Okay. The training is hard if you did not prepare for it. And when I say prepare for it, if you do not know like the skills that you need to do, the websites that you need to go to, then it's going to be very hard for you to go through the training. Just to give you a background on how training goes, just so you can prepare yourself also. The training is very scenario based. Your trainer will act like your client, And from day one, actually, your trainer, as your client, will already give you tasks that you're going to do, and you're going to provide an output for each of that task. The only thing that's hard is the deadlines. So sometimes, especially when you're new at what you're doing and you're not familiar with Google Calendar or Gmail, then it's going to take you a longer time to produce an output. So what you're going to do is your trainer will say, can you look for flights for me? This is where I want to go, blah blah blah. Can you give me 3 flight recommendations in 2 hours? So you need to be able to provide an output in either Notion or Google Sheets, with the flight recommendations. So the task itself is very easy, especially if you have all the time in the world. But the hard part is the deadline or the turnaround time, wherein you have to produce the correct output or the right output within 2 hours. So that's where a lot of people or a lot of trainees fail. Whenever they feel rattled in terms of the deadlines, they are, since they feel like they're in a hurry, they're so nervous that they're only playing with 2 hours, and then they lose focus because they're so scared of the deadline. That's when things go to that's when things hit the fan. So with this, you have to make sure that you don't let the deadlines rattle your focus, because that's where people fail in training. Most of them fail in training because they don't hit the deadlines. They're not able to submit it on time. That's why they fail. Or sometimes they really, really don't know how to use Gmail or Google Calendar, and therefore they cannot provide the correct output, and at the same time cannot submit it on time. So sorry I talk a lot, but I hope that helped you prepare for training. And you can lose that misconception that that Athena fails people in training. They fail them because of that. It's hard in a way that you have a race against time, but the task itself is very easy. Are all the tools you are teaching in YouTube the same as what Athena EVA is using? I made a playlist for it. Yes. For the past 2 years, the only thing that I have been using is Gmail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, and Notion. That's it. That's the only tools that I've been using. Oh, and Calendly also. I use Calendly. Canva is something that I use. But yeah, that's it. There's nothing else in terms of basics. Okay, in terms of basics. But if your client, let's say, is use Asana, then you have to learn Asana at the get-go. But in terms of Athena, it's Notion. Very important is Notion, Gmail, Google Calendar, Calendly, and Google Drive. If you fail in training, will you be given a chance to reapply, or there is a chance to continue in any ways? If you fail in training, you can no longer continue in your current employment, but you can reapply after 6 months. It's longer compared to failing in the application process. If you fail in training, you can reapply after 6 months. If you fail in the application process, you can reapply after 60 days. Not EA related. I got my first client. Yay! Congratulations, Apolonio. Thanks for sharing your expertise to us. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And congratulations. Ayan, they already have their first client. So thank you, Aina. Thank you so much for all of your questions. Any other questions, guys? Let's give it a few more seconds. And then if there's no more questions, I'd like you guys to enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Okay, one more. I'm a first-year college student. You've mentioned you have a 3-year experience working in a company. Do we still have a chance to apply in Athena? Okay, so the qualifications now in Athena, let's go to that so that you can see it. Hold on. Okay, you just have to go to, if you want to learn more about Athena and do your research about Athena, go to athenago.com, and then you can see this is the landing page for clients. So this is the one we send out to our clients if they want to hire an Athena EA. So you can familiarize yourself with this, read everything, go through the FAQs, familiarize yourself with Athena. If you're looking for work, just go to careers. And then the first one that you're going to see is executive partner. So in Athena, we no longer call ourselves executive assistants or EAs. So we call ourselves XPs or executive partners. Where is our qualification? Hold on. Okay, so here's the qualification for Athena. 3 years of accumulated full-time work experience, excluding any freelance work. Okay. So you have to be in a corporate setup, 3 years accumulated. When we say 3 years, you can either have worked in 2012 to 2013, and then you stopped working, and then you worked again on 2016 to 2020. So that's already 3 years of accumulated work experience. So it doesn't have to be 3 years straight. It can be accumulated. So you have to have that. And it includes any freelance work. So you can include, let's say, you're working as a freelance social media manager for a direct client. It cannot be. It has to be actual work. Or, well, it's freelance work is still actual work or remote work. But in Athena, it needs to be, I think, a Philippine entity or a PH registered work. Which okay, let's keep our opinions to ourselves. But yeah, okay. Has experience working in the graveyard shift or PH graveyard shift. These are all different. Okay, so these are just characteristics. But these two are very important. 3-year experience. And of course, you still need to be living here in the Philippines with your own equipment, with your own internet. Okay. Okay, so yeah, but these two are very important. Let me get back to you on this. Experience working in the graveyard shift is if this is a requirement it definitely is, but I am just not sure if this is going to be a pass or fail type of qualification. I have to get back to you on this. That accumulated 3 years working experience should be in virtual assistant experience. Nope, it can either be, let's say you're working as a chef for 3 years, you're working as in a BPO, you're working as a cashier, any type of work experience. You're working as a nurse, you're working as anything is, also I think the one for freelance work, if for example you worked in a different agency, let's say you worked with Cyberbacker for 3 years and you already want to work in Athena, I think that's okay, since Cyberbacker is a registered business. Or if you're working, let's say, as an ESL teacher for 5-1 Talk, then I think that's also okay. But let me clarify on that. I will create another YouTube channel, a YouTube video with the new Athena qualifications. I just have to get everything, confirm everything from recruitment, Athena recruitment. Please verify. Yes. Yep, Malu, I'll verify all of these because this is just something new. We haven't had my chance to talk with recruitment regarding this. I haven't had the chance to talk to them because I was more focused on my application as an operations manager for the past few months. That's why I haven't touched base with recruitment yet. But since I already got the position and I am now an operations manager in Athena, I'll definitely have time to be able to touch base with the recruitment team. Yes, guys, thank you so much. We are now on OM. Only persons living in the Philippines can apply in Athena. Yes, only people in the Philippines can apply in Athena. But like I mentioned earlier, I will create I am doing my research into the different agencies who are open to who are open to hiring non-Filipino VAs. And then once I've already gathered enough information and the list of agencies that do, then I'm going to create a video, a YouTube video on that. So stand by and subscribe to my channel to get alerts once that video is up and playing. Okay, so looks like we don't have any other questions for now. If you have any other questions, you can post it in our Facebook group, which is the Executive Virtual Assistant Community. And then all of the other community members will definitely answer you through our community. So I hope you guys learned a lot on this webinar. You learned the skills that you need to familiarize yourself with. The next webinar, which is on August 13th, I will actually teach you the tools in relation to the skills that we discussed today. I will teach you the features of Gmail that you need to learn, features of Google Calendar that you need to learn, travel management, etc. So the tools that you need to learn to help you with that specific skill that you also need to have, we're going to learn all of them on August 13, same time, same channel. You can register through NAS Academy or NAS.io learning community to get alerts for the link to that webinar. So anyone who's on YouTube, thank you so much, guys, for watching. For everyone here on our Zoom, guys, please enjoy your Sunday and enjoy the rest of your working week. And I will see you in the next 2 weeks. Thank you, guys. You have a great Sunday. Bye. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much, Tracy. Marlene, sorry. Marlene, oh my gosh, Marlene, that's direct. Thank you, guys. You have a good day. Oh, if you want to watch the recording, it's going to be on YouTube. Bye, guys. I'll end the Zoom already. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend. The Zoom recording is in the group chat, so you can check that out. Thank you, guys. Have a good day. Thanks, Tracy.